Monday, October 21st. Golf course is shut down and we can't drive in the fairways, but we can go fishing. So I'm going to head over where that fountain is and see if I can pick up a few sunfish, largemouth bass, and not likely, but we'll try for a carp too. Well, I've had probably a dozen strikes and played that many fish. I've let them all play off except one. They've all been very, very small. So I'm going to walk around this thing a little bit and see if I can find a largemouth, hopefully. Well, there's another little peckerhead. These things are only 6 or 8 inches long, and I've had a dozen on so far. I've got to try to find a big one. The piggies are few and far between, but here's a really nice bluegill. I think it took it deep, but I'll be able to get that out with my forceps. Yeah, that's a really good size fish, the size of my hand. Beautiful fish. Yeah, I don't know where he came from, but he's a beauty. That's a rod bender and a half. I can see, I wonder if the camera will get him in the water. Yeah, I think it must. Yeah, that's a darn good fish. This one's going to be maybe just a couple pounds, maybe a little more. Look at him down there in the water. Yeah, that's a beautiful fish. And he's lip hooked too. Oh boy, that's a dandy. Whoa, is that a nice fish? 2 or 3 pounds at least. Good looking fish. Thank you, Mr. Fish. You're the last one. You made my afternoon. And he got himself down in the weeds. Come on, little one. Let's get you off. Oh, there we go. Yeah, not a big one, but he took it deep too, so we have to be careful releasing him. Probably the last fish of the day. I think I'll call it good. Hasn't been great, but it's always fun fishing. We have an interesting day. The big fish are settled down on the bottom. The only time I really saw them was when I'd hook a small one and they'd come racing up to see if it was really in trouble. I'm sure they would have eaten some of those 6, 8 inch, 9 inch bass if they'd been really, really wounded. But the wounded, or the fish I'd hooked would dive down in the weeds and the big ones would give up. So it was tough fishing. I probably need using a larger fly. Right now I've been using only these little damselfly nymphs, and they're quite small. So next time we're out, we'll try to put something on a little bigger and maybe go a little deeper too. I wasn't sure I'd see a sign of a fish today. Wow, look at those egrets. Cattle egrets? But boy, I've hooked a good one. We have weird weather today. It's very cloudy and windy, which is really strange. Yeah, I can see this is a really nice bass down here. Get him burrowing down. Yeah, here he comes. Yep, that's a nice fish. It's going to be a couple, 3 pounds. The size of that mouth. Yeah, that's a beauty. Let's get him off and see if we can maybe pick up 1 or 2 more today. Now the camera's never going to pick this up, but it's fascinating to see what happens when a fairly small bass strikes. There's a much larger one right behind it. I think they'd eat it if it really were in trouble. Anyway, let's get this one in and get him released in a hurry. It's not a too bad little fish, but not a big one. There, we finally hooked one of those good-sized little sunfish. This one's not huge. It's about the size of my hand, maybe. And of course, that's good. So we've got to get the hook out. Played another dozen or so, but let's get this one released and back in the water. There we go. Here's the only fly I used today, a little tan-colored woolly bugger with a big steel eye on it. Got down fairly deep. Most of the carp are at the bottom. The bigger bass are down there too, so this may be the last fishing trip of the season.